What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So we are just a little over a day out of this year's Toronto Pro. And all the updates that we have seen in the last year or so, they have been so damn impressive. So let's start with Akim Williams, showing us his trademark quarter turn. And the man looks to be in a phenomenal condition right now. The serratus, the abs, everything is looking on point. And just take a look at that side leg and the striated glutes. Everything is in. So as you guys already know, Akim Williams placed third behind Samson Dauda and Hadi Chopin at this past Arnold. So based on that performance, he's entering this show as the favorite. This is his show to lose. So Akim was able to beat both John De Rosa and James Hollingshead at the Arnold UK. Although John was able to place ahead of Akim at the Arnold in Columbus. But we saw at the finals of that show, Akim made it look like it wasn't even close between him and John. And both these guys were on for that show. So, if a guy like Akim Williams, who is most probably gonna be the biggest guy on that stage at Toronto Pro, and not just based on muscularity, but his overall structure is so damn wide. So, if his conditioning is also spot on, he is gonna be extremely hard to beat. So the real success of Akim lies in the fact that he got bigger over the years, but his waist did not grow at all. Actually, his waist looked a lot better in these last two shows, especially in comparison to what he looked like, especially back when he was a young athlete. So do let me know what you guys think. Is he the favorite to win this show? And should we expect Akim to bring an even better package than what we saw at the Arnold UK? Next up we have John Jewett. And I just have to say, when a bodybuilder looks like this a day out of the show, the competition just cannot afford to come off. And this goes for Akim Williams as well. He cannot afford to miss out on the conditioning mark. And yes, I just made a point that Akim Williams is a bigger, more muscular guy than John. But that conditioning, that waist control, those adductors, and the way he looks so dry, he might be the most dangerous guy entering this show. And he can very well win this show if Akim Williams coming off. And I just have to say, can the conditioning from the back get any better than this? Just analyze that for a second. Top to bottom, every single fiber on his body is speaking out loud how shredded this guy really is. Just take a look at those hamstrings in that back double bicep shot. So John really is one of those guys who puts all that knowledge to good use while peaking for a show. I mean, when was the last time you guys saw him out of shape? So he is gonna be roughly 12 to 15 pounds heavier than the 212 pounds, which was his weight cut off back when he was in the 212. So that is a lot of lean muscle tissue in just a few months. So more muscle, more density and better conditioning. Last year at his men's open debut at Leighton Sports, he got second place. So John will be doing Vancouver Pro, which is happening in 5 weeks time from now. So he is 100% committed to stepping on the Olympia stage in the men's open class this year. Rafael Brandao posts a weird 18-week start physique update on his Instagram. Weird in a sense that although he looks pretty huge, really massive, but he could have controlled his midsection a bit and he could have posted that picture. Well, that being said, this is what we have now. So it is pretty much clear that him and his coach Neil Hill are still pushing lots of food. And that really makes a lot of sense, based on what we saw at the Arnold Classic Ohio, which was his best ever package. He will be outsized by a majority of the guys who are going to be in the potential first call out. So Brandao qualified for this year's Mr Olympia by winning the Arnold Classic South America, which by the way was a very close fight between him and Tony Button. And many of the fans believed that if that show was somewhere other than Brazil, that Tony Button would have won that show. So Rafael Brandao has got a lot to prove this year at Mr Olympia 2024. So based on what we saw from him this year, and also what his coach Neil Hill said, he's not going to be in the mix for the first call out. Rafael doesn't pack a muscle like Nick Walker or Samson Dauda. He does it at kind of a slow pace. And we can only expect him to get just a little bigger for this upcoming Mr Olympia compared to what we saw at this past Arnold, because there is just a few months of off season. Just think about it for a second. Brandao made his pro debut back in 2017, and that was the time guys like Nick Walker, Hunter Labrada, Andrew Jack, even Samson Dauda, they were totally unknown at that time. And all of these names, they have been beating Rafael Brandao in these last few years. And some of these guys are consistently placing in the first call out. And Brandao on the other hand has done just one Mr Olympia so far. So where do you guys see Rafael placing at his second Mr Olympia this year? For the people who do not know why Nick Walker put that caption, battle for the third place, under his recent progress pictures, then you guys should go and watch the Battle of Mr Olympia 2024 workout video, where Nick Walker, Samson Dauda, and the reigning Mr Olympia, Derek Lunsford, trained chest and shoulders together. So this is a direct reply to the reigning Mr Olympia Derek, because Derek was the first one to point out that both these guys, Nick and Samson, are going to be fighting for third place. And really, I fail to understand why people are getting mad at Derek for a little bit of trash talk. It is always healthy. It is always good for the sport. Not to mention, this is kinda true. I mean, the bodybuilding media highlighted those comments, and it got the fans to engage more. And that is exactly what we need to hype up this upcoming Mr Olympia. And correct me if I'm wrong, didn't Derek state the facts here?
They keep talking about Nick being third place. Samson got third last year, so all I'm saying is this is a battle for third place.
Yeah, but you won't be first this year. With the way I'm seeing you train, you won't be first this year.
Nick Walker placed third at the Olympia back in 2022, and Samson Dauda was placed third last year. And those are the facts. But Derek and Hadi have been in a league of their own in the last couple of years. And honestly speaking, if you are judged based on your last competition, then we all saw Nick Walker had to fight tooth and nail to beat a guy like Martin Fitzwater to win the New York Pro. And he won that show just by 1 point against a guy who is gonna make his Olympia debut this year. And Samson Dauda lost to Hadi Choopan in UK, as well as Arnold, Ohio. And Hadi Choopan wasn't at his best at the Arnold UK. So I think you cannot really hate on Mr Olympia Derek here for speaking the facts. Now, nobody is saying that Derek smashed everyone in 2023. It was a really close battle between him and Hadi Choopan. It was as close of a fight at the Olympia as it could have been. But I think that the man who has earned the right to say that he has the best chance of dethroning Derek is out there training in Iran, and his name is Hadi Choopan. And I think most of you guys will agree with that. A full-blown Hunter Labrada publishes his physique update at a little more than 13 weeks out of his first show of the season, which is gonna be Italy Pro. So this year we saw the biggest Hunter Labrada to date, where he was 300 pounds in the off-season, but in a damn good condition. This was the biggest and the leanest Hunter we ever saw. So in 2024, this question is being asked over and over again, whether some of these big names, like Hunter Labrada or Andrew Jacked, will they finally make it into that top 3 or top 4 spots at the Olympia this year? Because there is just no way these guys won't qualify for the Olympia. Especially based on all the progress that we have seen from these guys so far. Both of these guys are looking absolutely nuts right now. So coming back to Hunter, he was suffering from a digestion issue all this time, especially till the Olympia last year. And their main focus post-Olympia was to fix that issue. And now that they have taken care of it, we might see a totally different build and a new version of Hunter Labrada on the stage this year. And that off-season physique was a proof that even though he got really heavy in this year's off-season, the heaviest he has ever been, but still he stayed in a very decent shape. So Hunter has been looking extremely strong in the gym. His arms got a lot better this year. His back is on a whole different level this time around. So I think it is really gonna come down to his waistline, his midsection, because that was one of the main reasons he lost to Andrew Jacked at Texas Pro last year. So do let me know what you guys think. Can Andrew Jacked crack top 3 at the Olympia this year? Can Hunter Labrada place as high as top 4 again? And also hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video. And smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.